Good morning, friends. As on session is practice session on framing and integration. Integrating, it should be integrating COs and also micro level LOs in the three domains of learning. As I said, right from the day one, ours was a practice session because I have integrated the practice and the inputs together. So I'll be continuing on what we have been doing. So I would say that this is also a continuation of this is a practice session which we started on day one. This is the day 3 for me. And I think that this will be, for this training program, this will be my last session. So thank you for all your patience, for listening to the new ideas. I am sure that you must have got, because whatever I've been practicing and implementing in various universities, I'm sharing that with you and not something which is theoretical from the net or from the other books. Okay, so let's start. As I told, every day morning I meditate from the Bible, and as every day this message I receive from God. Since I have surrendered my life to God 24/7, His all-round protection is there for me, and He will help me to overcome even if troubles come up. So that, in fact, gives me a lot of confidence as I take one day at a time. Because yesterday is gone, tomorrow we do not know. But let us live the day joyfully that God has given us every day. So I take it one day at a time. So that's the thing that I want to share with you as well. Okay. So the outcome of this session is formulate cognitive domain LOs to fulfill the industry-specific COs at different taxonomy levels, plus something more. Okay. So you must be wondering why I'm showing you this paragraph, this slide. The person you see is Professor, or I would say the principal, Father Francis de Mello. Okay. Father de Mello, I call him. And I should say India should be thankful to him, because I'm talking about a story, actual real story that happened to me in 1995. I was made as a professor of, I was the professor of electrical and electrical engineering education in NITR Bhopal. All of you, can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Well,
So everybody likes stories, so I thought I'll tell you a real story. That's why I started off with this. In 1995, I was appointed as I was nominated as the board of governing members of St. Xavier's Technical Institute. So in 1995, I was appointed as the board of governing members of St. Xavier's Technical Institute. It started in 1937. And I think in another 10 years' time, they will be 100 years old. And till today, this institute, the students or the graduates of this institute are having 100% placement. Till today, this is what I want to say. It started in 1937. So in 1995, I was made one of the members, a government appointee nomination as a governing board of members. And when I joined, that time, Professor Mani, who was my principal that time, and we were great friends. So he said, Joshua, there's a concept called competency-based education. Now, since you are there, and this is an autonomous, and this Polytechnic was an autonomous institute right from then. Government of Maharashtra gave them autonomy, one of the 5 institutes in the country. They could set their own curricula, they could give their own certificates like that. So, and Father de Mello was the principal at that time when I joined. And he was an alumni of, or he was a graduate of IIT Mumbai. Though he was a father, in Catholic institutions, they can go for studies, the priests and others. So he had gone like that. So he was a grad. He was those days. There were only 5 IITs that time, and Bombay was also one of the best. So he graduated from there, and since he was a father, after he graduated, he was made the principal of this institute, and he tried out very new experiments in that. And so when I joined, I told him, Father, there is a concept like this. He said, Joshua, why can't we can try it out over here? And that's how the competency-based curriculum started off. All their programs, 3-year programs, we identified the competencies of every course, validated it from the industry through opinionaires, through search conferences, through interviews. So whatever I'm talking about, I have done all that way back in 1995. And that was history. And that's how India got the first experiment on competency-based curriculum. And there was no stopping from it. We wrote a number of papers, international papers. We got a number of very good feedback as well. And NITR Bhopal has been working in the area of objective-based education those days. I'm talking of 50 years back. That time we were using Bloom's taxonomy for 50 years back in NITR Bhopal. And then we went into competency-based education, and I was made the coordinators. And so therefore I took the lead and things happened. And after that, many people started looking into it. Though the first, on a state level, competency-based education was taken up by Gujarat Technological University, GTU. For the whole state, the Vice Chancellor was Dr. Akshay Agrawal, who had just come from Canada, or he was nominated from Canada by by the present Prime Minister PM Modi ji. And he called me and my colleague who will be giving presenting the session on assessment. So we both were called, and they found out that competency is good. So they said, launch it for the whole state. And we said only one condition: you must give a full free hand so that we can design and implement. He said, the stage is yours. And that's how we started. So after that, Maharashtra state went under state level competency-based curriculum. And that was in 2012, then this in 2014. This all started. A number of papers were written. Government of India noticed it. In NEP 2020, that became a policy that competency-based framework has to be there for across India for all higher education institutions. NBA started, but they are still faltering, I will put it that way. But NEP 2020 has gone ahead, full steam ahead. So this is a story about competency-based or outcome-based education in India, which NITR Bhopal initiated. All other NITRs followed, or all on NITRs are also along with us. And God gave me the opportunity to lead it. And so that's how things have happened. Oh, well, to cut the story short, let us go ahead. So how can your curriculum be industry connected and industry friendly? Okay, so that's one thing I want to ask you first. You have already done it. We were taught that if you have identified the PEOs, if you have identified the PLOs, and if you have identified the competency of every course and validated it from the industry through different methods like opinionaires, interview schedules, and search conferences, then you will have to go for designing the program structure, in which you'll have the vision statement, the mission statements, okay, the PLOs, the PSOs, and the competency. And this program structure gives a bird's eye view of all the global and macro level outcomes in 8 semesters. So I'm going to show a few examples which I got from the internet. If you go to the internet, there are more than more than hundreds of universities in India, and everybody has their own program structure. They call it program structure, some call it curriculum structure. So the correct jargons to be used is always nice. So I'm just showing you a few. I'm not going to name the university or state from which I have taken. This is just for learning point of view. So this is 2024 BTech curriculum, sample 1. My question is it student-centric and industry-friendly? I'll ask questions in between, as I said. Yes. The faster you answer, the faster we go. Otherwise, I will stop wherever we reach. Okay. So if you want me to complete today's session, please answer fast. Yes.
Hello.
Is this?
Good morning,
yes.
sir.
Good morning.
This is Dr. Bal from NIT Raipur.
Yeah.
Sir, some courses seems to be
no. My question. I'm not talking about the courses. I'm just talking about the structure, the process. Is this program structure, which they call student-centric and industry-friendly?
Yes, I think.
Why? How is it student-friendly?
Sir,
partially, I will say partially it is student-friendly because he knows how many credits are there, how many marks are there, okay, for the continuous assessment, CIA they are calling it. It should be CIE. And ESE is end semester examination. So, CIE, so marks are got, the credits are got. Okay. What about, is it industry-friendly?
So the course titles have certain links with the industries.
Industry is not bothered about the course titles, let me tell you. They are only bothered about what the graduate can do. Is that seen in this program structure?
No, not.
So yes, it is not industry friendly. So I would say it is not student friendly also. Partially it is because they get the marks. But apart from that, they do not know what they can do from each course by studying each course in the industry. Therefore, it is, I would say, partially student-centric, but totally not industry-friendly. Okay. Now I'm going to show you sample 2.
Sir, good morning, sir.
Yeah.
This is Dr. Ranganathan from Karunya University, Coimbatore. Can we jump into student-friendly right from the first semester? Because something like,
that is yes. I'm coming to the answer. We can do it. I can do it.
But at the same time, something like health and wellness or life skills development and all is required. No, you cannot just make them only study.
Listen. Agreed. I'm going to tell you how you can make it student friendly and industry friendly, student centric and industry friendly. Okay. I'm going to answer your question. First, I'm showing you 1 or 2 samples, and then you tell me. Okay. Okay. Good. Go on interacting like this. I'm very happy. What about this one? This is another course structure from Anna University. This I'm telling you because they have that, what do you call it? That behind that, they have this thing now. I'm forgetting that term. Okay. Is this student-centric and industry-friendly? Does it have an industry connect?
No, it is not student-friendly and it is not industry.
See, in this, even the marks are not there. At least in the earlier case, the marks were there, so it was better. Okay. This one, it is not better. Okay, that's what madam says. Anybody else? You agree? Okay. I think everybody.
Sir, not only the marks description, but there are no such subjects which are for the students' soft skills or personality development, in which it was.
Well, anyway, I'm not looking into the nitty-gritties of each course, but I'm talking in general. Okay, by looking at it, can the industry get something which they are interested? Can the student get something so that they will be employable? Okay, so even from the course program structure, can employability be brought in? That's what I'm trying to say. So now in this case, there's one more major problem. Why? They are talking practicals as separate and theory as separate, which is totally not acceptable to the industry. They don't look at theory and practical as separate. So this program structure is not good at all, even not better than the earlier one. Okay. Just, this is for, we are doing as a learning exercise, not criticizing any state or any university, how we can make better. Okay. That's what we are looking at. Next one. What about this? They are calling it as a program structure. But is it a program structure? Yes or no? It is not a program structure at all, though you call it. So that is just like Abraham's horse, Abraham Lincoln's horse. We may call something, but that is actually not the thing. Okay. So in fact, what this was, they have shown is basically summary of the 4-year. I am showing you what I am helping out other universities. It is in fact the summary of a BTech program in information technology. I'm showing. It's basically the summary of the credits. It's not the program structure. Okay. I'll come to this later also again. Now, this is how a student-centric, industry-friendly program structure should look like. I have taken the latest SAR guidelines as well, latest one, and NEP 2020 as well. Now, you can see the difference of a student-centric, industry-friendly program structure. Any questions you have? See, for the industry and for the student, the competency of each course is given. And then the student knows, that even the parents know, the government knows that looking at the program structure, that by studying technical English, he can communicate effectively in English in oral and written form. Engineering physics, using the principles of physics to solve the problems related to information technology and computer engineering. See, now they have made physics discipline specific. I'm talking about, I'm not going to name the institute because of ethics, but I'm just telling you this as an example. So it is this column of competency has made it very clear to the industry and to the student and even to the teachers and even to the examiners that this has to be attained through each semester, through each course. So this is the major thing that makes it student-centric and industry-friendly. Okay, and then even we have used the latest terms, continuous internal examinations, as SAR is telling, semester end examination SE, we are using that. Then term work, this is where I have what the blunder which SAR 2024 has done. I will discuss on this later, but this is how a program structure should look like. Okay, so I'll show you one Word document also. Okay, this is a student-centric program structure. Can you all see it?
Sir, good morning, sir.
Yeah.
Yes. Sir, I have seen the three syllabuses. And in the first case, you mentioned that it is partially student-centric. Just that the competency is not mentioned. That is true. But the competency and the course outcome or learning outcomes, all these comes in syllabus, not in curriculum. But
listen. The problem is now under OB, there's nothing like syllabus. We have to stop using the word syllabus. Syllabus was an old concept, a traditional concept. Now you must have seen, I've never used the word syllabus. I'm using only the word curriculum, which the entire world understands. Washington Accord, ABET, everybody talks about curriculum and not the syllabus. So we are doing away slowly with that term, but people are yet to get away with it because we have to unlearn many things.
So where do you give the topics to be covered for getting
I'm
this
coming to
competence.
that. I'm coming to that. Were you there? Hello, may I know who's speaking?
I'm Venugopal. I'm Venugopal.
Venugopal, you were there for the last three, I would say,
Yes, yes, I
last
was there. I was there.
2 days. Okay.
Yes, yes, yes.
So I showed you yesterday. I showed you a course structure. Did you see that? Or you were not there? Or you were just?
Yes, I was there. I was there. I was there.
Yeah.
I was there.
Then
I was
did you see that? Okay, I will show you that also.
Yes.
Because then anyway, because you asked that, this is a sample student-centric, industry-friendly course. See, in a curriculum, there are two parts. One is the program structure, and the other are the course structures for each course, right? So I'm showing you a course structure of digital signal processing, right? And you asked where are the topics. Am I right? Is that your question?
Yes, 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 right, sir.
Okay. Now I am going to show you that. So this is a 9-page course structure in which all the types of outcomes are there, which NEP 2020 is talking about. And this is the topics. You are talking. Got it? The rest are all outcomes. And in NEP 2020 or in outcome-based education, all the national documents talk about as developing the outcomes and not the topics. Again and again, let me tell you. Yesterday also I've been telling, day before yesterday also, in OBE, you are going to assess the outcomes and not the understanding of the topics. But then you will tell why the topics. The topics get weaved into the outcomes so that they can perform in the industry, perform in the world of work. I'm repeating again. The topics are a vehicle which is weaved into the outcomes so that they can perform in the industry and the world of work. Okay. So now presently, most of they talk about this as the syllabus, which is not actually so. We call it the topics and the subtopics which emerged out of the course curriculum, out of the outcomes. Have I answered your question? Venugopal?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, yes.
Okay,
Yes, sir.
so now let's go back to where we stopped. Because, okay. Okay, so now I'm going to show you, I told you there are two things in every curriculum. A curriculum has a program structure and a course structure. Both together is the, put together is the curriculum, right? So the program structure gives the overview of all the 8 semesters or the 4-year program or 3-year program, right? So I'm going to show you one which I am helping another university. I can't tell you the name. How to develop an student-centric, industry-friendly OBC. So XYZ University, I'm calling it. I'll not be able to give you these documents. Please don't ask also, because they are ethically I cannot give, because they are paying me for whatever services I'm doing them, right? So so you can see at it, okay, and then look at it and try it on. And my book is there. See, my book talks about everything that I'm talking over here. So it's a outcome based, and this is based, you can refer to this, it is based on that. And in 2025 they are going to launch this. That's why they are hurriedly they're doing it. So I'm talking of a BTech in IT only right at the moment. Okay, BTech in IT. So they have talked the departmental vision, and this is the program structure. Are you with me, all of you?
Yes, sir.
Or no? Okay, fine.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, and because every
Yes,
word
sir.
that I'm telling, you have to understand. Otherwise, you will miss the bus. Okay, so you have the departmental vision. Okay, that's how you start with. Then you have the departmental mission statements. You see, I've started with all smart action verbs: develop, produce, collaborate. Even in mission statements, smart action verbs have been used. Then only you can tell the destination. Okay, Then you have the program educational objectives for IT program. Okay, innovate software solutions for improved performance industries. Improvise the performance of enterprise software solutions. Start enterprises to provide. These are what I guided them and they have done it. I will not say that it's mine, but I guided them how to do it. All starting with smart action verbs. Then they have introduced program outcomes of SAR 2024. I don't want to talk much of it because I have my reservations, but then we have to, it is compulsory, we have to follow it. So that is, we are following it. Okay, 11. Okay, the 11 they have incorporated. Then program specific outcomes. Whatever I have guided you so far, accordingly they have written. Started with evaluate, create, evaluate. Okay, all of them are observable and measurable. I'm going a bit fast. Then they have also written the sample entry-level job positions in the industry. So now, through this, the student as well as the industry knows what type of a curriculum this is going to be. Okay, this is for a entry-level position of an IT graduate after he graduates after a 4-year program. Is it okay? Is it clear up to the year? Okay. Then we have to develop so based on the industry input up to PSOs, we validated from the industry, we have included into the curriculum. Okay. And then we go ahead further.
Sir, one.
Yeah.
So is this called as the backward designing of the curriculum?
Yes, definitely.
Okay, sir.
It's called the backward design because we are what the industry wants from there, we are going
Yes,
backward.
Sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, fine. Who is it speaking?
Sir, Wilson from Carnegie.
Wilson, good. Good, Wilson. Right. It's called the backward designing. Yes. Because we have gone, I would rather say forward designing because what they want, we are trying to say. It is both backward and forward as well. But Wiggins calls it, and there are a number of papers on backward design of curriculum as well. Wiggins is one of them. There are other papers as well. Okay. So, yeah, keep talking. So up to here, it is okay. Then we come to the program structure. Okay, I'm just scrolling down. The UG program for 2025, this is semester 1. So whatever I've shown you there, this is how it is. So based on all the NEP documents and SAR, this format has been designed. Okay. And there are some blunders which I have tried to, because any SAR has been given, they may bring out a second version. Because when they realize that they are wrong in certain places, they will bring out a second version. But in this version, they have done some blunders. I have overcome it. And there's a solution for it. And that I will explain to you towards the end of the session. Now, I don't want to get into that because otherwise it's not, we will go into another direction, another tangent. So this is number 1. It is industry specific, student centric, industry friendly. Okay. You know the course category. Yeah.
Pardon me, sir. Can you just scroll up I want to know. What is this TW under teaching learning scheme? TW, SL and MP.
You should ask the SAR people. It's a blunder, I would say. TW is term work.
Okay.
SL is self-learning. MP is micro project.
Okay.
See, I'll tell you why it is a blunder, but we'll have to, because you want the accreditation, you'll have to use. So I have used those legends over here. Okay. So after each, so that it is student friendly now, right? What are the legends? You ask the legend, it is here. Okay. L is lecture, T is tutorial, P is practicum, TW is term work, SL is self-learning, MP is micro project, CIE is continuous internal examination, SEE is semester end examination. So out of the 40 marks, this one is not what they have given, right? This one is the design that I have told that university or institution, and how micro projects can be inbuilt and how it has to be inbuilt. So this is a this is a design which I have given them, and very, very happy about it. They are going ahead with that. Then you have the first semester, then you have the second semester, okay? Then you have the like that. For each semester, this program structure has to be made ready. Now, this is only the program structure, not to come to the course structure at all. So that means because OJT is there, on the job training is there, this has been introduced after the 4th semester. 2 weeks summer industrial internship. That also have been introduced, right? Then comes the 5th semester. Then comes the 6th semester. After the 6th semester, again 2 weeks of summer industrial training. Okay. Then comes
Sir, can you scroll up like the one subject of 45 and 30? How you have broken it in the number of credits?
Which one?
Any semester or the subject theory course. Any like
okay, let us come to
this one only, sir.
Yeah, tell me.
So you are taking 45 hours for lecture and 30 for practical.
The blunder that they have made in this, I will talking, madam, I'll talk you in the end. Otherwise, we will get bogged down into this. This will invite a lot of discussion. I'll talk to at the end of the session. I will tell. I've planned for it.
In this first one under 30, it should be 1 actually.
Under 30.
Here you are writing 2 credits, and in below.
Sorry. Okay, yeah. 1. Correct. Sorry, madam. Below it is 1, but above there's a typing mistake. It's a typographical error. Correct. Thank you so much. You are very sharp, madam. Good. Yeah, correct. Okay, good. It should be 1 for 30 because practical it is 30. Correct. Okay, shall we go back? I'll just scroll down this one so that you know. And then we come to 4th semester, 5th semester, 6th semester. And then after the 8 semesters, right, you have the summary, which I had shown you earlier also. Then you have the summary of the entire thing. And then you have to map it with NEP 2020 guidelines. Okay. These are the minimum that is given, okay, but this has not been given in SAR. Whatever they had to do, actually SAR 2024 has not done. NEP 2020 is very good from that point of view. They have given very clearly many things, but they have misinterpreted 2024 SAR people. Okay, then coming to, but there are ways how to get around it, and I have done that. Then you have the elective courses. In the elective courses, there will be no elective without practical. Let me put it. Many universities think that elective means only theory. It is not so. The industry does not want any theory subject. They want theory with practical only, with practicum, they call it. Okay. Then you have elective course, electrical 1 programming they have, then elective 2, vertical networking they have. So they have made all that very nicely. They have made it. And from here, the students can choose these courses when they come to the electives. I'll show you how that is done. For example, this is semester 7. Okay. They have professional elective, then they have entrepreneurship. Okay. Then environmental science and engineering they have, and they have all brought that in 7th semester, because then only the student will be able to do it. You can't have it in the 1st semester. There are certain things like that when you design the program structure. So the program structure designing itself is very crucial. If you make a mistake here, it will get affected later on. So you have professional elective 2. Okay. So in professional elective 2, for example, let me put it, the competency is not given. That's because that competency is given below. Professional elective 2. Let us go to professional elective 2. This is professional elective 1. So in professional elective 2, all the things are given. So if the student is choosing mobile computing, this competency will get reflected there. Okay, it's like that. Okay, I'll just let us go to the PowerPoints again. Okay, I've shown you this, how the text is there. Let us go to the PowerPoints. Yeah. So,
sir, good morning, sir. My name is Dr. Vishnu.
Yes.
In the course structure, the curriculum structure, what you showed, example.
No. See, there are two. Let us be very clear with the jargons. Very important. What is this one?
Program structure, sir.
This is the program structure for the first semester, right?
First semester.
Yeah.
For
Now
the,
tell me.
the
You're talking
word
about the course program structure or course structure?
No, program structure itself for the 8th semester,
Mhm.
wherein in the Word file,
Mhm.
can you please go back to the Word file, sir? If it
Okay,
is-
I'll just show you that Word file. Right. That's the program structure. 8th semester, you're talking?
8th semester.
Let me see. Where is the 8th semester? Yeah. Okay. Yeah. What is it that you want to
So
discuss?
8th semester, it includes the project component. Whether this project is a capstone project, what we are
Yes.
talking about,
Yes,
or the
yes.
major project.
Yes, it's a capstone project.
If it's okay, sir. Then
It is. See, let me tell you. This institute, they have gone for. I'll show you the seventh program structure also.
Okay.
In 7th program structure, they are taking capstone project execution, planning. So that means right from the 7th semester, because they are going to integrate a number of courses, number of competencies, right? So they are integrating that. So they start from the planning. They have to make a capstone project proposal. They have to show what exercises they are doing for planning, all those things. Okay.
So that means it is clear that the capstone project is split into 2 semesters.
They have done it. You can do that.
Ah.
You can do that, definitely. See, SAR talks about capstone project. How you do it, whether you want to split it into 3, that's the way you want it.
Okay.
See,
So
but that should be there.
Okay. So in order to accommodate the components.
May I know who's speaking?
Sir, Dr. Vishwanath, sir, from Manipal.
Yeah, okay, Manipal. Yeah, go ahead. Yes.
So in order to accommodate the total credits and the entire flow of the capstone projects,
Yes.
so we can have some part of the capstone project, the initial part in the 7th semester, and the later working part and the disseminating part in the 8th semester.
Yeah, but the final capstone project will be one document, right?
Yes. One document.
Yes.
Okay, which is accounted for the 8th semester.
Yes.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you very much.
Fine. Okay.
Sir, Wilson here, can I ask one small question?
Yeah. Please go ahead. Go ahead, Wilson.
Sir, looking at this particular curriculum and then your talk, this curriculum completely concentrates on the outcome of the employment in the industries, right, sir?
No, not only industry. When I'm talking of industry, there are 2 types of industries. One is the MMS type of industry, that is the manufacturing, marketing, and service type of industry.
Yes, sir.
The other is the R&D type of industry, research and development.
Okay,
so it depends upon that.
Okay, sir. Are there any courses which are related to entrepreneurship, business, and then something like that?
See, entrepreneurship, here it is.
Okay.
See, this is the compulsory course.
Compulsory course. So
Yes.
it comes in the electives.
No, it is not. It will not come in the electives.
It's VAC.
This is
Value
value
added.
added course.
So is it compulsory
Entrepreneurship
for all the
comes
students?
under the category of value added, but it is compulsory.
Okay.
Sir, I have one question.
Yeah.
When the self-learning also does not have any credits assigned to it.
No. Listen. What is this one? MP. Micro project.
Yeah.
Micro project, there is for 40 marks are given. Self-learning is there. Self-learning under MOOCs course or for that also marks are there. Okay. self-learning. It's all I have included. I've designed a. It is a
But
well.
where are the credits then? Credits. Where are the credits?
Sir,
Only
that is,
marks can be given.
madam. Let me tell you, that is the biggest blunder SAR has done. Self-learning, you can't give credits. Credits are for.
What can be assessed?
Huh?
What you are going to assess? That
I'm
only
assessing. See, madam, it is indirect assessment. It is indirect assessment. You can't give marks for self-learning. You give marks for, madam, you give marks only for outcomes, not for learning. Learning is the process. That's the biggest blunder SAR 2024 has done.
No, then there are no marks or credits for self-learning.
No. There are no marks. There are no credits for self-learning. But it is embedded. I'm using the word embedded.
No, then how it will be measured? How will it be taken into the total calculation?
Madam, see, you are for every course will have a micro project. So micro project is totally student centered. When it is totally student centered, it is self-learning only, nothing else. I'm talking of, okay, let me show you that micro project. I forgot. That has not been, okay.
Sir, for self-learning.
Let me come to the course structure. Okay. See, I'm talking, I did not, in those course structure, see, I'd shown you up to here yesterday, right? A sample course structure. This is about DSP. I've told you how the CO, PRO, and LUO of each unit is done, written. How you write it, that is also very crucial. You have to get a bit training on that. Now, for each unit, you have done that, right? And a very, very important thing is table of specifications. The table of specifications is only for LUOs, learning unit outcomes of the cognitive domain. For all the 5 units, the teaching hours are specified. 45 hours means 3 credits, right? It's that. Then all these things are there. At what level, what are the questions? RUAN. I will be taking that shortly now. We don't have much of a time.
Okay, this is Bloom's taxonomy.
Yes, it's Bloom's taxonomy, right? So Bloom's taxonomy is not for COs. That's the biggest blunder people are doing. Bloom's taxonomy is only for pen and paper test. And CLO and COs is not pen and paper. It is a subtask of the competency which the industry wants. Okay, so this is given over here. And after that, we come to the micro projects. I will just read out this, madam, because see, it's a very vast subject. Within these 2 to 3 hours, we cannot complete. Anyway, each industry-specific meso level CO or course outcome is an integration of the micro level outcomes. Which are the micro level outcomes? PROs, LUOs, and ADOs. This group micro project is given as group projects, right? Because team working, the leadership, all things will get developed. This group micro project will have to address at least 2 or more COs, right, of the course, and could be industry-based, internet-based, workshop-based, laboratory-based, or field-based, or any other. Each group of 4 to 6 students will submit a micro project proposal of 1 or 2 pages within the first 2 weeks of the semester. A dated micro project diary is to be maintained by each student, showcasing 15 to 20 student engagement hours of his or her individual contribution during the micro project as an evidence of self-learning that happened during the lunch breaks, hostel, home, field, laboratories, and industry. That means this micro project will not have any timetable. Let me tell you, they have to do it during the lunch breaks and otherwise. Okay, a seminar presentation will be given by each group, micro project group, for assessment of the micro project by the end of the semester. This will be held. This will build up the skill and confidence in every student to become a problem solver. A micro project report of not more than 15 pages, because it is micro, not more than 15 pages, will have to be submitted by the end of the semester. By the end of the 4-year UG program, each student would have built up a micro project portfolio. Listen that. Consisting of 25 to 30 micro projects. A proud asset that every student can showcase even during the job interviews along with his or her own capstone project. A suggestive list of micro projects is given. That means this is for this program. So that is what a micro project is all about. Any questions now regarding my?
Sir,
Yeah.
okay. So this micro project, you mean, will be totally? It will be how it will be assessed.
It is being, there will be a rubrics for it. There will be a seminar presentation.
Yeah.
So yes,
And marks will be allotted to it.
yes,
For
marks
every
will be allotted
student?
to that. Yes.
So marks are there, but the marks corresponding to marks, no credits are there.
Madam, marks and credits have nothing to do. Let me tell you. Credits are not equivalent to marks. Credits are basically face-to-face learning or contact-based learning. Marks is different, credits are different. But there may be a loose relationship, that's different. So
There should be. So, sir, don't you think on paper?
see, madam, listen, just listen. See, in the continuous assessment, out of 40 marks, listen, marks are there. This is the 40 marks. Out of 40 marks allotted to continuous internal examination, 10 marks each for two term work tests for assessment of the learning unit outcomes, that is pen and paper, 10 marks for assessment of practicum, okay, remaining 10 marks for micro project. That means in every course, 10 marks is given for micro project. Here it is. Is it clear now?
Okay, but I think practically on papers, this seems very good.
Madam,
Practically,
I have implemented in Maharashtra. It is still going on. It is not on paper. This has been fully implemented. People are already started implementing in other places, in other universities, other institutions. Whatever I'm telling, I have done it, designed it, implemented it, and continuing to design and implement in other. I'm not going to tell the name of the institutes because it is, on public platform, I cannot tell that. But they are doing it and they want to be the first in the country, or maybe one of the first in the country. There are people who are already doing that because they want to excel. They want to become the topmost institute, They want to show that theirs is the best. So they are doing all that. There are people, because this autonomy is given by Government of India, now people are doing whatever best they can. But the unfortunate part is many of them do not understand what OBE actually is, because there are no, on the internet, you cannot find all those things. Yeah.
Sir, then why can't this AICT can take this model and implement across the nation?
You have raised a very good question. I will tell you, in 2016, Maharashtra government, Maharashtra State Board of Technical Education director went and told that time.
Okay, sir.
They said, no, we don't want to give it like that. Let them evolve. Let there be a competition between the institutes, between the universities. Let them come up with everything. We are not going to spoon feed. Like that, they said. Actually, they didn't want that Maharashtra should get the credit of it, basically, because that director told me, sir, they didn't want that we get the credit. AICT cannot give the credit to anybody else. So they said, they gave this reason that every institute, every university should be competitive. Like that.
That's why still we are we are not following the proper OBE.
Pardon me?
That's why still we are unable to develop the curriculum in terms of
yes. So that is why I had to publish the book. I did not publish the book just because before I was retiring for superannuating, my director told me, Joshua, whatever you have done, please put it in black and white so that the knowledge will not be lost after you go. So that is why I wrote these 2 books and the other books as well. So now those who want, it is there. Even though I'm not there, people can use the books as much as they can understand. And wherever they want me, they're calling me. I'm helping them out. Because you need a little bit of explanation also, even though the books are there, the documents.
Definitely, sir.
So that is there. So now even I'll tell you regarding this one. Let me see this programs. How to write PROs. That also needs training. How to write LUOs in the in the apply level and above. That you need to be trained. That will happen only when you start doing it. Each of you should start doing it. Then only you will be able to do it. And how to assess the outcomes and not the topics. That you have to unlearn. Now you are all asking questions. Let me come to that. I think I won't be able to complete it this
Sir,
hour.
sir, good morning. Sir, good morning. This is Subhendu from NIT Raipur. So,
Go on.
sir, this self-learning course doesn't have any credit. So, can you tell it as a kind of
No. Now I already answered madam about it. I think you were not there and you must not
No,
have.
sir, I'm there. No, sir. My question is, can you tell it as a audit kind of course because it doesn't have any credit?
Sir, let me put it. Basically, self-learning should not have come here. It is a process.
Okay.
It is they have done a big blunder. Okay. Actually, a micro project is enough. Micro project is fully self-learning. And then it is able to assess the CEOs and the competency together. And I have developed rubrics for it. In order to assess the micro project, you have to develop rubrics. You have to develop the seminar presentation is there. For seminar presentation, you should have a rubrics. So it is a complex assessment thing when you're talking about CEOs and competency, right? Pen and paper is very easy. But industry does not want pen and paper. They want integration of all the learning outcomes in the practical psychomotor domain, affective domain, and the cognitive domains as well. Okay. I think I'll just rush through. Okay, I'll just show you one thing. Otherwise, because you asked it. Where is that? No. Yeah, this one. See, the Hindu paper published this. There was, I don't know how many have seen that. Quality of engineering papers below par says the state planning panel study. The Tamil Nadu government, state government brought out, had a report, had a panel to study what is the quality of engineering education. I think our Tamil Nadu friends must have read that. Others may not have read. So I'll just say the gist, what it was. The gist is 95% of your questions are remember and understand level of RBT, that is revised Bloom's taxonomy, and not required by the industry as they need only apply level test items. This is the problem. The primary reason for unemployability of India, of the graduates in India is this. We are spoiling, or we have brought down the quality of education by asking only remember and understand level questions. Because why we are asking that? Because we don't have outcomes written at the apply level. We don't have outcomes written at the what the industry wants. Our outcomes are totally wrong. Because our outcomes are totally wrong, our questions are totally wrong. So it all starts with framing the correct outcomes, starting with smart action verbs. This is not my report. This is the report which government of Tamil Nadu has brought out and which is applicable across India for every university, let me put it. Okay. Well, I'm talking evidence all of this. Yes, tell me.
Dr. Vishwanath, sir, could you please guide us in understanding how to frame questions at creative?
Sir, that is a diff. I need at least 3 days for that.
No, sir. This is just.
But anyway, I'll tell you. I'm coming to that. Okay. Let us go forward because there were a number of questions. I had to answer all those questions. I am coming to that because I have not come to revise Bloom's taxonomy so far. That's the reason why you asked that question. Let me come to that. Okay. So we were here. I will have to rush through. It's already 11 o'clock. I have only 25 minutes more. Anyway, let's see. And my friend, Dr. Shashikant Gupta, will give you a 1-hour session on that. It will be short, but he'll give you a lot of insights. But before that, I can give you something as well. So this we have already seen, right? I'm not, that means for every CO is the integration of the practical outcomes, affective domain outcomes, and cognitive outcomes, which are the underpinning theory required for the practical. So similarly, yes, any questions? Okay. Now, similarly, when every teacher becomes aware that there are various expertise level even for the affective domain, the way practical sessions and projects that will be designed, administered, and assessed for each course will undergo a sea change. Okay. Now, let me see what is that. It is called Krathwohl's affective domain taxonomy. Krathwohl was a team member of Benjamin Bloom, and he, the cognitive, the revised Bloom's taxonomy is the team that did it, and it is only for the cognitive domain or for the intellectual skills or for the pen and paper skills. Okay, but the affective domain is related to the heart. So the very first thing is the student is at the receiving level. It means aware or passively attending to certain phenomena, stimuli. That means, example, observes good housekeeping of an expert with interest. That means in the lab, if the lab attendant or as a faculty, you're observing you're undertaking good housekeeping, then the students are observing it, then he's at the receiving end. If he tries to emulate the teacher, that means he does good housekeeping, then he's at the responding level. Okay, that means complies to given expectation by reacting to the stimuli or phenomena. Next one is valuing. Practices good housekeeping in laboratory, not only in the laboratory but in the classroom. That means he's at the responding stage only when if he's only in the lab, then he's in the responding stage. Why is he responding in the lab? You know, because he's going to be assessed. Anybody who's assessing then only they will act. That is the human psychology. So if you have a rubric to assess good housekeeping, then the student will start reacting or responding to that outcome as well. So does good housekeeping himself is an affective domain outcome. Okay. That means the next one is valuing. Valuing is a state of mind in which the student is not bothered about the assessment. It has become a part of he values it. Therefore, he does good housekeeping not only in the laboratory where he's being watched or where he's observed and where he's assessed, but he's doing also in the classroom or maybe at his home or maybe in some hall, even if he's not being assessed. That means he has valued that outcome. Next is organizing. Third level, okay? It is valuing is something like applying. Organizing is something like analyzing in the Bloom's taxonomy, okay? So here means practices good housekeeping and punctuality in laboratory, classroom, and other places. Valuing means he was taking only one aspect or one outcome. But in organizing, he is clubbing or integrating two outcomes together and organizes a number of affective domain outcomes and practices it not because he is being assessed, but because he's valuing it. Even if nobody is watching, he will do good housekeeping. Even if nobody is commenting, he will still be punctual, like that. Okay? So that is organizing. And the last is characterizing. Total behavior consistent with the values internalized. All the affective domain outcomes he has internalized and practices good housekeeping with punctuality at all times as the ADOs has become his or her perpetual habit. It has become a part of his character. Now, what does the industry want? My question. At what level do they expect from the institute? My question.
Above valuing.
Huh?
Above valuing.
Definitely the last.
Above valuing.
All.
Okay. But let me tell you, they want characterizing level outcomes. They said that when I was doing these surveys and discussing with the industry, they said, Joshua, I can teach them capability, but I cannot teach them loyalty. Can you give me graduates who are loyal to the organization? So loyalty is something which is a character. So when I was taking this session in another institution or maybe another session, one person asked me, sir, why this is characterizing is required? Why we have to teach all this now? Then the answer is human psychology says that the teenagers are in the formative years. If in the formative years, that is maybe 20, 21, 22, you can develop these outcomes, then they will continue doing it their whole life. So the industry tells correctly. During the formative years only, you can create the character, develop the characters, develop the heart-related outcomes. And how can you do that? Through the laboratory work, through the field work, through the workshop work, through the practicum, most of the time. And you have to assess also. So far, you are never assessing. But NEP 2020 says attitudes have to be assessed as well. How to do it? Through rubrics. Well, that will require another session. But I'm just telling you, characterizing is level. But how can you develop a skill? Another question. Is this a skill? Affective domains are also, outcomes are also skills. So any skill can be developed. Now, how are skills developed? Yes. How are skills developed? Anybody?
By practicing the skills.
Very good. Repeatability is the answer.
Yes, sir.
Practicing means you have to repeat it. The more number of times you repeat it, the more number of times it gets entrenched or embedded in the minds of the graduate students. So, for example, practice good housekeeping. This is practice good housekeeping has to be done in every laboratory, right? Correct? Okay, because he has to keep back the things, keep back the tools in the places from where he had picked it up and things like that. Keep it clean and things like that. Okay, he has to do it in every lab, right? So, in one semester, how many practicals in one course? 10. Okay, agreed? 10. So, how many courses? Say 5 courses. 10 5 is 50. Okay, so in one semester, 50 times he is practicing good housekeeping. And you are marking them also, giving them assessment also, right? So in 8 semesters, how many times? 400 times you are making him repeat it. It will become part of his character. Okay, I'm just giving you one example. There are many examples like that. So if you consciously integrate in the curriculum these outcomes, then definitely your graduate will be a different graduate from your institute. And the industry will see it. They will come and pick up only your graduates. In St. Xavier's Technical Institute, which I taught about, they used to get, as Professor Ramakrishna said, they had 150% placements or 200%. Industry used to line up to get their graduates. Such is that type of graduates they used to produce. Even now, I am now not much touch, but I can tell that 100% placement. So The curriculum is the foundation. The curriculum is the key. If you design a good curriculum, it is a constitution. It's very important, but people have taken it very lightly. So once that is right, your teaching and learning would be good. Your assessment will be good. Of course, you need training a little bit on all these aspects as well. Okay, let's go ahead. So I've talked about this. This also I talked about. I'll just rush through that because I have only 20 minutes more. Now let's go to revise Bloom's taxonomy. I'll just rush through this. Remember level, I'm not going to discuss because you already asked. Okay, define, sketch, name, all these are. Understand also, I'm not going to discuss much because explain, describe. Okay, what is the difference between, is explain and describe the same when you ask questions? Somebody said, Vishwanathan was telling how good questions have to be asked. Okay, ask. I'm giving you one example because less of time. Is explain and describe the same? Yes or no?
No, sir.
What is the difference? When will you use explain? When will you use the word describe when framing questions?
Describe is detailed. You have to, I think, like it is more extended version from the explaining part.
Okay.
We can
Anybody
describe
else?
anything that we see, sir, like describing of a tree, describe automobile, but explain
Okay.
maybe the
Is
work.
it Wilson speaking?
Yes, sir.
Okay, good. Yeah. And then explain?
Explain, maybe we will go into a deeper understanding of how a particular thing works, or maybe what is the principle.
Okay,
inside
very
the
good.
working or
Very
something.
good. So I'll give you an example. Will you say explain a table or a chair? Will you use
No,
that?
no.
What will you say?
You will just describe it about the features, height, weight,
Yes,
or
very
something
good.
like size, color,
So whatever is
appearance.
the factual things,
Right.
for the factual things or the concrete concepts, I call it, okay, you use the word describe. For example, it has a table as of 4 legs, 1 tabletop, things like that. But in explain, you will use the word, you will use the word explain only when you want to know the working of things, okay, the inference of the things, okay, then only you will use the word explain. For example, so explain is used, describe is used when you want to know the what of the things, what it is. That is describe. When you want to get the answers to why and how, you will use the word explain. I'm repeating again. When you want to know the what of things, WHAT, what, then you will use the word describe. When you want to know the how and why of some event, some phenomena, some stimuli, then only you will use the word explain. Okay, very good. I think you have understood. I put it in a few words. Okay, so explain, describe has different meanings. Very good. Okay, number 4. Is it understand level or apply level of revise Bloom's taxonomy? Number 4 I'm talking. I've written it as an understand.
Apply level, right, sir? It should be
It is apply level. Okay, all of you agree it is apply level? But it is not. That is why I put it in at the understand level. The substitution of values in any formula. Ohm's law is E is equal to IR, right? The substitution of values in any formula is not apply level. It is understand level only. Because you're only substituting the values. Here also you're only substituting the values. But then how can you make this apply level? You can make this apply level when you give him, I'm using the word, when you give him a situation, when you give him a condition. For example, I will tell there is a 10 by 10 room and I want two LED lamps, one ceiling fan, one AC. Tell me the current that will be drawn. Okay. So what I have done, it is Ohm's law only, but I have given him a real situation. Then only it becomes apply level. Otherwise, it is understand level. But if you're using calculate the current, see the word calculate is smart verb, smart action verb. Okay. Calculate the current for a room of 10 or 10 by 10 room in which there are two LEDs, one ceiling fan and one AC. Calculate the current that will be required for that room. Now, he has to make assumptions. He is applying that law in a real situation. Then only it becomes apply level. Okay. Now, let us go to the next one. So I'm not giving you exercises. There's not much of time. So apply level means carry out or use a procedure in a real given situation. Example, identify the need of the specified type of startup in the given location. I've given him a location. Now he has to identify whether that type of enterprise can be started. Are you with me? How an apply level is written?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay. Now I'll show you in that course structure how apply level outcomes are written. Okay. I'll go straight to the course structure. I'm jumping from here and there because there's not much of time. Course structure. This course structure has to be done very scientifically. Let me put it. I have not talked to you about all that. I'm jumping back and forth. Now, I'm taking this one, which we talked yesterday. Actually, face-to-face only many things can be done. You know, on the online, many things you may not understand well. Okay. Now, in this, what have I done? I've talked about CO. I'm not going to talk about that. I'm not talked about. In this also, you have seen generate the elementary discrete time sequence using MATLAB for the given, that is underlined here. The students know that he has to generate. Okay. So the student knows the focus is generate. Situation is given by the teacher when he comes to the lab. Okay. Similarly, for the pen and paper exam, this outcome has been written in such a way that you can generate questions. For example, justify is the smart action verb, the need of signal processing for the given situation. So this is the outcome, which will happen in the industry as well. So in the examination, continuous assessment test or semester end examination, you will give him a situation which is real to the industry. And then he will have to justify the need for signal processing in that situation. Got it? So how many questions can I create from this outcome? I can create n number of questions. The questions will never be repeated, maybe for the next 10 years. If you're writing outcomes in this way, because there can be the given situation will keep on changing. Similarly, for this also, if you take evaluate the effect of signal processing for the specified condition. The specified condition in the exam, I will give a condition. Then he has to evaluate the effect of signal processing. So the specified condition will keep on changing. So for the next 10 years, no question will be repeated. So what is happening? You are helping the students not for rote learning, You're helping the students not for passing the examination, but you're helping the student to understand the concept so that he can perform in the industry. He will be employable in the industry. So what you are doing, you are assessing the outcome and not the understanding of the theory. Are you with me, all of you? So you are not teaching theory for theory's sake. These topics, you are not teaching theory for theory's sake. You are teaching these topics for this outcome. So the theory is getting weaved into the outcome or gets embedded in the outcome, which he will do in the industry and hence become employable. Vishwanathan, have I answered your question? How outcomes and questions are interrelated?
Yes, sir. My question was extended to this. So I was
Yes.
Curious to know how would we set a question
Yes.
at a creative and the
Hold on.
in the end semester
You are
exam.
not to create questions based on their own whims and fancy. Number one, your question will depend on the competency and the CO of that course. Got my point? I'm repeating again. You are not going to ask questions based on your whims and fancy. You are going to ask your questions based on the CO and the competency, based on the PRO and based on the learning unit outcome. In this, you don't have to go up to create level in this CO. If you are having a CO with create, starting with create, then you will have PROs with create, then you will have LUOs with create. Unless you have LUOs with create, don't create unnecessary questions. Okay? Have I answered your question?
Yeah, I understood that, sir.
Okay. Now I'm coming to one more thing. And that is why, okay, you are every course structure should have the table of specifications. Without this, your course structure is incomplete. This is the blueprint for the examination. This entire course structure or table of specifications, we call it the TOS, table of specifications, is the blueprint for your examination. If you don't have this, you will ask your own level of questions, which the students will not know. The students knows what type of questions is going to come. Whether it is from unit 1, R level questions will be 2 marks. Understanding level will be of 4 marks. Apply level will be of 6 marks. Analyze level will be of 4 marks. From unit 1, no creative level questions will be there because the CO is not up to create level or does not match to create level. CO has nothing to do with Bloom's taxonomy.
So now in the unit number 4, design of digital 5 filters.
Yes.
You have questions.
Yes, here you have questions too, because let me tell you, because you will lose your job if your students fail. So you will ask some questions so that the students pass, but you will not frame questions so that students can score. Design the questions for the students to pass, otherwise your job will be threatening. So, but in the West, they are not bothered about that. They will have more of create level questions because this one is design of digital filters.
Yeah, I got your point, sir. My question was, you have created the specification telling that you will have 1 or 2 questions at create level for this subject, design of digital filters.
Yeah.
Now in the semester end examination, which is time bound for 3 hours, how would you set a question that can really assess the student at create level?
Yes, I mean that is the science and art of designing question paper. That I'll have to take another class for you.
Yeah, that's what I was requesting.
10 minutes I cannot answer. That you have to do only by doing, you will understand. But this is the blueprint. How you do it, I can help you in that, maybe in some other session whenever we meet.
At least if you have a sample to show one question, of such kind, wherein you can set it in the end semester exam.
The thing is, if I give you a sample of this one, you are from which one? You will not understand. So I am teaching people of hundreds of disciplines. I will not say at least the 10, 20 disciplines. I can't have samples for all of them. I have to generate for them. And moreover, let me tell you, even if I give you, you will not be able to do it. Unless you do it yourself number of times, then only you will be able to do it. The taste of the pudding lies in the eating. Only when you do these things, you will understand. I'm able to talk to you confidently because I've done all these things myself. You have to start doing it differently. So far, you have been doing everything in the traditional education system. You'll have to do in the outcome-based education. And that is a total re-engineering. NEP 2020 tells rehaul your whole curriculum. That's the thing.
Yeah, then please correct me, sir, if my understanding is correct regarding this context. I have understood that end semester examinations are time bound.
Which one? End semester. End semester
examinations are time bound for 3 hours or 2.5 hours.
Yes.
Within that short period of time, assessing a student with a question that can take him to a create level is not possible. This is what my understanding. That is the reason I'm trying to
listen. You are giving more importance to end semester examination. That is the one fallacy of our Indian psychology. That is why earlier there was no internal assessment. After OB, we started internal examinations. You have to give more, I would say, proportion to it. It can be 50-50. It can be 60-40. So there should be more of continuous internal assessment, continual internal examination. Okay. Then only the end exam should be less only. That is why in your capstone project, let me tell you, 80% of the capstone project is assessed during, not at the end. Only 20% marks is given for the end presentation. If you are giving more marks, that means your assessment is wrong of capstone projects. In capstone projects, 80% should be continuous assessment. For micro projects, 80% should be continuous assessment. So that means in every course, through the micro project, you are helping the students to integrate. In the semester and exam, you are only assessing the theory, only the learning unit assessment. And that is not complete. Your completion of the learning outcome is in the micro project. If you have given a good micro project, let me put it. Micro project is the final litmus test of a course. Maybe I'm far-fetched, but that is what it is.
So then,
end semester examination is a very, very small thing. You have to give
so
more
for end semester examination should be less.
Less. That's what it is. Okay, I'll tell you that story and then you can ask me questions. How many of you know R.K. Narayan? R.K. Narayan has written Malgudi Days and other short stories, right? The speciality of his stories is that every story has an abrupt ending. There's a sudden ending. And the readers are made to think, what next? So, one university in US, when he was alive, now he's no more, R.K. Narayan is the brother of R.K. Lakshman, the famous cartoonist. I hope many of you know that. So R.K. Narayan was called as a professor to teach his own books, which he had written in one university. So he started teaching, and there continuous assessment was there as well as end semester. So every time he went on teaching, so the students, every student used to, none of the students missed his class because the author himself was teaching his stories. So then the students used to ask him, sir, why did you stop the story over here? You should have completed it. No, it is an incomplete story. Then he would tell the student, each one of you tell what should be the end. And everybody will start writing, and after writing, they will read out what should have been the end. So what happened? Every story was analyzed to the core, and every student started writing what would be the end of that story, or how the story should end. So the things went on, and every day the classes would go on. And in between, somebody asked, "Sir, when is the internal test?" I said, we'll take, he said. So that went on. And by the end of the semester, he said, on that certain day, we are going to have the final examination. So what are the end examination? That we will see, he said. Then at the end of the examination, on that final day, he brought the question paper in his hand. And on the board, he projected the question paper, but it was not the question paper. He projected the names of all the students in the class, and all the students were given A grade. Then the students were very surprised. "Sir, you have not conducted any examination." He said, "Every day I was assessing you, how you were deep into that story, how you analyzed that story, how you came out with the inferences, how the story should end. And that is how I have seen that all of you passed. All of you were good. And that is how all of you are passing with A grades." And in that university, in those Western universities, the professor has the final say. What the professor says, pass means pass. They will not question. But that much trust they have, and professors are also good like that. And that is how the story ends. So, friends, that is if you have any doubts, you can order my book, use my book, get it into your library, and start using it. And maybe, if God permits, we will meet sometime somewhere. That's all. Thank you,
Sir, one question, sir.
Chandigarh, for giving me this opportunity and for your presence. Yeah, go ahead.
Can I ask one question?
Yes.
Sir, is there any proper methodology for preparing the course articulation matrix?
I have told you, no, I have been, I think I showed you that yesterday.
Slide was shown, sir, but like how to give weightages.
Let me tell you, course articulation metrics, once you develop the program structure and the course structure in the way that I am telling, automatically that will get developed. You don't have to cook up.
Okay.
You don't have to cook up. That's what I'm helping the other universities and institutions where I'm helping them out.
Okay.
Yes. So it automatically gets generated as you develop the course structure in the format which I have shown. It is there in my book as well, but because of the time limit, we can't do it within 2 or 3 sessions. No, all these things. So thank you, friends. So I am just projecting that those who want can take my mobile number or my email number. Thank you so much.